Hello everyone, I am Timo Järvensivu. I am a researcher, consultant, lecturer on network management or managing in networks. I have tried to understand this topic for 15 plus years, and I'm here to share in an introductory lecture the key ideas of network management, or what is network management and how to manage networks. Networking is trust-based, reciprocal, and long-lasting cooperation between autonomous agents. So, firstly, networking is trust-based. It is not based on authority. It is not based on buying and selling, but it is based on the trust that we, by learning and doing and working together, we can go somewhere. We do not know yet where, but we trust that by working together, we will create something new, something better together. It is not created by authority or by selling and buying, but by trusting each other that this is the way to go. It is reciprocal, so it means that you are both giving and receiving. If it's one of the other, then it's not really networking. Networking is also long lasting, so it does not have a clear day when it starts, because there are always beginnings and beginnings of beginnings for networking. And networking does not end at a certain time and an exact time, because there are always something that will lead to new things and lead to new things again from wherever you are. So a project can have a starting date and an ending date, but the network that has the project really does not have the first day and the last day, but there are beginnings and there are continuations of many kinds. Obviously, networking is cooperation. It is working together, and it is cooperation exactly between autonomous agents. So there are degrees of freedom to choose whether you are in, whether you want to do this, how you want to do this, and so on. The more freedom you have, no one is completely free, but the more freedom you have, the more network-like it can be. If you don't have any freedom, but you are told to do, then it is based on authority. In addition to networking, there are other types of organizing. There are hierarchies and there are markets. Actually, there's a fourth type, which is chaotic organizing, but it's rather not organizing at all if it's chaotic. So organizing, it's based on basically three types: hierarchies, markets, and networks. Hierarchies are those type of organizing that is based on authority. It is based on managers and subordinates of some kind. It is hopefully based on deep knowledge exchange within the hierarchy, but there is a clear division of work, and there are clear contracts of who is doing and what. Hierarchies are good when you want to efficiently take care of relatively complicated routines. So if you have something that you will need to do efficiently and effective the same way every day, every week, from one year to the other, the same way, then it's routine, and then hierarchies are good for that. But if the environment is too complex and unpredictable, so that really doing the same thing over and over again does not suffice, then you will need to create something else rather than an hierarchy. Markets are competition based between buyers and sellers and competitors. Buying and selling in markets is efficient if it's based on, or if it can be done via light knowledge exchange, so that you don't really need to know much about the product as such that is being sold. You will need to know the price of the product or the service and the quality criteria of that product or service. But that is sufficient information for both the buyer and the seller to make the trade. Between buyers and sellers, there is a clear division of work, and there are clear contracts, hopefully. And in markets or by markets, you can take care of relatively simple routines. Simple enough so that you will have a simple price tag on it and simple quality criteria on it. If it's not simple enough, or if the environment is too complex and unpredictable, the markets will not operate efficiently. If there is if the environment is complex and there is unpredictability, then you will need to create a network to make the solutions that you will need. In networks, you do not compete, you do not act on authority, but you act on trust. You have partnerships and you have deep knowledge exchange, but you do not have a clear division of work and clear contracts, but rather you have flexible division of work and flexible commitments. With this flexibility, you can obviously increase your collective flexibility and create something new and change the things that you have. So you can operate in complex situations. But networks are not good when actually, if the environment is not so complicated, if it's simple, if it's routine, networks will not be efficient, but then you will need hierarchies or markets. So hierarchies, markets, and networks are good for something and bad for something. So how do you create a successful network? The core of networking is knowing, trust, and commitment. If you do not know what capabilities others have, there's no way for you to ask for help. If you do not know what the others need or want, what kind of challenges they have, there's no way for you to offer your help. So get to know each other's capabilities and needs and wants and challenges. Then you will be able to work together. But this is not enough. It might be that you know each other, but you do not trust each other. That can be actually quite common. So on top of knowing, you need to build trust. A quick tip on trust building is that trust will create more trust, and distrust will create more distrust. So someone needs to trust first. For instance, here, if I would distrust you, then I would close myself. I would not reveal all of my information to you if I would think that you are not trustworthy. If I would be more closed, then you would probably think that, okay, this person is closed. Maybe he has something to hide, and this would make you distrust me. And because of this, you would probably close up yourself too, which I would then interpret that, okay, you're not maybe that trustworthy because you are not open. So a distrust would create more distrust. So for me to create trust among us here would mean that I would need to trust you first. By trusting you, I would open myself to you. I would just reveal my information. If I can think that, okay, as a start, we can start with the idea that you're trustworthy. So I open myself to you, which you would probably interpret that, okay, that person is open, so probably he does not have anything to hide or not too much of to hide. Then you would be able to trust me and then open yourself a bit. By opening yourself a bit to me, you would create an atmosphere that I would interpret as being trustworthy. And then I would open myself more to you. So by trusting, you will create more trust. You will create more trust if you reveal your capabilities. So revealing your capabilities is the first thing, but not only your capabilities. Capabilities will help you to create the first step of trust. But on top of that, you would need to create also a safe space for sharing vulnerabilities. So not only sharing your capabilities, but also sharing your vulnerabilities, meaning sharing the things that you're not good at. If you have a safe space for that, then you will have also space for learning. So share your capabilities and share a safe space to share vulnerabilities. So you have a dynamic duo of learning capabilities and vulnerabilities and learning for within those. But knowing each other and trusting does not make things happen. So someone needs to make commitments and keep their commitments. So someone needs to say that, okay, I'm willing to do this and this and this, and then keep their promises. And then things will start to happen. All these three, knowing, trust, and commitment, will enhance each other. And if one of these fails, it will slowly degrade also the others. So be mindful that you will need to create not only knowing, but also trust and also commitment, and do these all three all together. By building knowing, trust, and commitment, you will know what information to share. You will open up the flow of information through trust, and commitment will make you do something with that knowledge. So this is the first benefit that you will get from knowing, trust, and commitment. It is that you will efficiently spread, co-create, and adopt knowledge, understanding, and skills. For this to work efficiently and effectively, as a network manager, you would need the tools and capabilities of having dialogue and building shared knowledge platforms. So to get this first benefit, learn the skills of knowledge, dialogue and shared knowledge platforms. From this first benefit, you will gain the second benefit, which is that now you will understand what your common goals might be. So you will find your common goals, and you will start gradually start learning how to solve and learn together. And when you have goal-oriented solving and learning together, you will also gain team spirit. Of course, to be efficiently creating goal-oriented work together, you will need to have the skills of shared development. So what is the process of an efficient and effective shared development project, for instance? Learn those skills, how to set goals, how to solve problems together, and take the steps together quite quickly rather than slowly, because by taking steps quickly will give you energy and give you team spirit. And if you take slow steps, you will not get as much team spirit as you could. This second benefit of goal-oriented learning and working together and having team spirit will give you the third benefit, which is that others, new agents, will get excited, and so they will see that, okay, you are successful in what you're doing in your network. I want to come in and join you. And they will bring their new knowledge and understanding and skills with them. So you will, of course, need to get to know them, build trust with them, and find mutual commitment again. But the problem is that the second benefit of the team spirit has the effect that when you have team spirit, it is always in some ways closing, because with your team you have the spirit, but it's not always open to others to join. So as a network manager, the third task for you is to be able to develop the network's openness and membership, so that the team spirit will not be closed, but open to new people and new agents. And for all of this to work, for this growing together to happen, you will need to learn the skills of coordinating and facilitating all of the things that are laid out in this framework. But if you have just one framework in your mind for networking, I would say that it is this framework that you are currently seeing. So do these things and you will be good at network management. Thank you for listening. This was the basic introduction to what are the basics of what is the core of network management. There are, of course, a lot of other things you need to consider, but if you start with that, you will get very, very far. If you're interested in learning more, please take a look at my book, Managing in Networks, Learning, Working and Leading Together. Thank you.